Hello soulmate, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nelo and you are watching Nelo Stitches. Today we'll be learning how to make this beautiful maxi dress that I am putting on. If this is what you're interested in, please keep watching and give this video a like so that others can get to see. And if you're new to my channel, please hit on the subscribe button below and subscribe. You can also share this video. So I folded my fabric and I'm going to show you how I did that on paper. And this is 3 yards of crepe fabric and the length is by 60. So from this edge to this edge is 3 yards, from up to down is by 60, from this edge to this edge is 3 yards, from up to down is by 60. So I fold towards 3 yards like this. That means what I have is 1.5. This edge to this edge is 1.5, and then towards this side I'm going to fold over again into 4 now. Okay, so now I folded my fabric into 4 and that is what you're seeing on the table. The fabric is too wide and I couldn't video everything, so that is why I decided to use paper to show you. And I'll be marking my shoulder line here and then my armhole line, which is also going to be my bust line underneath it like this. Okay, so I'm still going to show you what I did on the fabric. Okay guys, so right now I'm going to get my shoulder. My shoulder divided by 2 is 8. My shoulder is 16 divided by 2 is 8. So I'm going to mark 8 here. Make sure that your tape is placed like the way I'm placing it, and then you mark 8. If you notice, I didn't get to the end of the fabric because I didn't fold it up to that part, because I don't want this to be too full. So I didn't fold up to this point here, so I just stopped somewhere here. Okay, so I didn't fold everything, so from here is 8. And next I'm going to get my armhole line, which is 8.5. I'm going to mark 8.5 like this here, and to curve my armhole I need to mark my shoulder divided by 2 again, and then I'm going to add 1 inch to that, making it 9. My shoulder divided by 2 is 8 plus 1 inch, that means 9. Okay, so I'm going to connect this line up to this center front here. I'm going to mark the line up to the center front here, and then I'm going to mark my 9 here like this. Okay, and then from that point I'll connect to the shoulder tip like so. And next I'm going to mark my neck width and my neck depth. The neck width I work with is 2.75, and then the neck depth is 3 inches for the front. Okay, sorry, I'm going to mark my bust divided by 4 first of all, plus 1.5 inch, half inch for ease, 1 inch for sewing allowance. My bust divided by 4, and then the neck width I'm working with is 2.75. Neck depth is 3 inches for the front, while for the back is 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to connect like so. It's a round neck, and then for the back I used 1 inch. Okay, so now I'm going to slant my shoulder by 1.5 inch, and I'll connect to the neckline. So now I'm going to curve my armhole, and after curving my armhole I'll mark the length of my dress. Remember, I'm cutting both the front and the back together. This fabric is folded into 4. Okay, so after that I'm going to connect this line. I'm going to take this line down. I'll use a long ruler. Okay, so I'll connect this line. I'm going to take this line down to the end. Okay, so I'll do that. And okay, so here I've done that. I connected the line down to the hem. So the line gets to the end of this fabric here. Okay, so now I'm going to get the length of the dress I'm working with. So the length I'm working with is 62 minus 40. So the black part I want it to be below my knee. So from my shoulder to a little bit below my knee is 40. Okay, so I minus that 40 from the full length of my dress. So 62 minus 40, I have 22 left. So this black fabric I'm going to be marking 41. I added 1 inch to the 40 for joining allowance. Okay, so I'll be placing my tape on this straight line that I marked, the straight shoulder line like this, and I'll be marking my 41. Okay, and then the animal skin, that's the down part of the dress. If you know, the dress is divided into two. Okay, so the down part is animal skin while the upper part is a plain black. Okay, so the down part is going to be down 22. Okay, 22 inches, while the up part is 41, 1 inch for joining allowance. Okay, so you minus your knee length from your full length. Okay, so now I'm marking mine is 40, my knee length is 40. Okay, so I minus the 40 from the full length of my dress, which is 62. So what I have here is 40. So the black panel I'm marking 41. 1 inch is for joining allowance. Okay, so after this I'm going to cut this out. Okay, so I'm cutting this side now, and then next is going to be the armhole. Sorry guys, camera stopped, so I had to pause. So I'm cutting the armhole right now, and then next I'm going to cut the shoulder slant. So cutting the shoulder slant, you cut leaving ½ inch for joining allowance. Okay, so I didn't cut exactly on the shoulder line, I went up by ½ inch. And then next I'm going to cut the back neckline first of all, like so. Okay, so as you can see, I didn't cut exactly on my shoulder line, I went up by ½ inch. And then I'm going to bring out the inside one so that I can cut my front neckline. Okay, so I'm trying to bring the camera closer so that you guys will see. So as you can see, the shoulder line, I went up by ½ inch. So now I'm going to bring out the inside line, inside one, which is going to be the back panel, and then I'll cut my front neckline. So now I'm cutting my front neckline. Okay, so now I'm going to bring the back panel because we need to open it up so that we can be able to wear it. Okay, so I'll be opening the back neckline. So this is the fabric I'm going to be using for the down part. So I'm going to cut it, and I will show you guys what next to do. Okay, so I'm going to set this front panel aside, and then I'll bring the back panel, and then we're going to open the neckline. So I'm going to mark 4 inches below the neckline. You can use 5 inches, you can use 4 inches. So mine, I used 4.5, so that after turning it is going to, with bias, is going to be 5 inches. Okay, so I marked 4.5. So I'm going to open this up. Just open it like this, and then you stop to where you mark. Okay, so this is what we have. So next I'm going to use bias to turn this opening first of all. Okay, so after turning it with bias, I'm going to join it to the front, right side facing the right side of each other. I'm going to join the shoulder. Okay, so I'm going to place it right side facing the right side like so, and then I'll join the shoulder with 1/2 inch this way, and also join this other shoulder with 1/2 inch, and then I will introduce the sleeve. Okay, that's the pleats on the sleeve, on the armhole. So here is the fabric I cut. It's just a straight fabric, and the width is 5 inches. Okay, unfold is 2.5, so it's very long. I did not even measure it. I just cut out straight fabric. So I'm going to fold this way, and then I'll fold again like so. The right side, though, I'm folding on the right side. Okay, so I'm going to pleat. So this part that you're seeing is the right side of the fabric. Okay, so I'm going to pleat. I'll be pleating using my fork. If you can pleat with your, like this, is fine. So but me, I like pleating with fork. If you don't know how to do that, if you want me to show you how I pleat with fork, I'm going to make a short video and show you guys how I pleat with fork. Okay, so I'm going to do that and I'll be back. So here guys, I'm done sewing the shoulders together. So I turned this opening here with bias, as you can see. I turned it with bias from the right side to the wrong side inside. Okay, so and I also joined the shoulders. And what you would do in order to get your sleeve, your pleat accurately, you're going to measure around this armhole. So you leave like 1 inch. Okay, you mark out 1 inch here for your sewing allowance, and then you measure round the armhole and stop also before 1 inch here also. Okay, you mark 1 inch here also. Okay, and then whatever you have, that is what you're going to pleat. Okay, so this is my pleat. I pleated, and then I measure. So I got the same 17, and then I stop. Okay, so this is it. I measured it and it was 17. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this to the right side. Okay, you turn your fabric to the right side. Okay, so you notch the midpoint of your pleat. This point here, you notch the middle, and then you're going to place the middle on your shoulder line like so, and then you sew up to this part, and also sew this one also up to this end. Okay, that is how you're going to sew. You're going to sew up to here and here also. Okay, so make sure all your pleats are facing the same way. Okay, if your pleat is going up, is facing up, make sure the both sleeve is facing up. If it's facing down, make sure the both side is facing down. I don't know if you understand what I mean by that. Don't pleat this one upward and the other one downward. So pleat everything, and then you place them. Maybe if your pleat is facing up, they should all face up, as you can see mine. Okay, if it's facing down, they should all face down. So I've joined the two sleeve, and there's a little bit of mistake here. I'm going to go and lose it. When I was stop stitching, I didn't know that fabric was entering inside, as you can see. So I'm going to go and lose this and re-sew it. Okay, so after that, what you're going to do after placing your pleat like so and sew round, what you're going to do is to flip it over like this, flip it over, and then you top stitch on your main fabric like so. Make sure it's catching that allowance inside, so that this pleat will relax better. Let me not bite my tongue. So that it will relax well. Okay, make sure you top stitch holding it like so. Okay, that is what I was doing on the other sleeve, that I was catching other fabric inside. I didn't know. So the same thing I did to the armhole, I'm going to do to the neckline. Okay, the same pleat, but this one is shorter, is not as big as the armhole. This one is 5 inches, while this one is 4 inches. Unfold is 2 inches. Okay, so it's 4 inches, and I folded into two like this, and it's going to be 2 inches. But the sleeve on is 5 inches. I folded into two, it's going to be 2.5. Okay, so this is 2 inches. unfold, and then I pleat exactly the same thing I did to the sleeve is what I'm going to do to the neckline. Okay, so notch the middle, hold your neckline like this, and then you notch the middle. You start pleating from there. Make sure you measure your neckline round before you pleat. Okay, so after pleating, you top stitch just like I showed you to top stitch. You're going to top stitch on the neckline also. Okay, and then let me show you the down part. So this is it, is 22 inches long, and this fabric is 3 yards. This is 22 inches long. Okay, and this fabric is 3 yards. I did not use more than 3 yards. I used 3 yards. The width is 3 yards, while the length is 22. So I measure the down part of my flay like this. So this is 1 yard, and then I measure again. Okay, this is 2 yards and some inches, 2 yards and like 6 inches. Okay, that is my fabric. So I decided to use 3 yards for this. I don't want it to be too full. Okay, so I decided to use 3 yards. You can use less than that if you want. So this is it. I just make a little bit pleat, a little pleat. The pleating is not too much. Okay, just share this into 2, and then you notch. Okay, that is what I did. I divided this into 2, and then I notch just to get an even share. Okay, so that here, as you can see, I notched here. I notched the black fabric, I notched the animal skin fabric. I divide into 2, I notch them so that I'll have even, what will I even say? I don't want to bite my tongue. So that I can distribute the down part evenly so that nowhere is going to be bigger or fuller than each other. So as you can see, my pleat is not much, just a little bit of a little pleat. Okay, so, and that is all for this down panel, and I'm going to shape my dress. After shaping, I'll turn the hemline. Okay, so here I've done sewing the neckline, so I'm going to show you what I did. As you can see, I top stitch on the neckline. Okay, I top stitch. So this is what I'm going to use. This hook, I'm going to use it here on the neckline. That is what I'm going to use instead of button. So you can also use pocket for this. If you want to put pockets, measure 10 inches from your armhole down, 10 inches below your armhole, then you fix your pocket. So sorry I didn't show you guys how I did that. I later loosed it and then fixed pocket because I wanted to have pocket. So now I'm going to shape it. Place your fabric right sides facing each other, and then you shape with 1 inch sewing seam allowance. Okay, shape from the armhole down. Okay, and then you turn the hemline, and I'll show you the final look. So guys, this is the final look. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and share this video, and if you're new, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in my next tutorial. I love you guys. Bye.